This is just giving everyone a heads up that in case you missed the stove post, the Discord ping, and also completely did not read this email and just grabbed the leafs, this is an official survey from Smilegate. It's decently long, it's like 20 minutes long, and it covers pretty much all aspects of the game. It's definitely worth filling out just to give some feedback, and also filling out gives 15 leafs, which is not mentioned here. If you still have this mail, you can click it, move to link. I'll also put the link for the survey in the description. But here is the survey, and we can just go through it real quick. So select your language, whatever language you speak. They got pretty much everything here. And you can see the period. So the last day to do this is 3/14, and you do get 15 leafs just for doing the survey. So definitely worth just for the 15 leafs. Okay, I agree, I agree. Date of birth, okay, I will fill that out later. If it lets me skip. It does not. Okay, let's jump ahead. Okay, here, more basic info, select server, enter name. Your Stove membership number, if you don't know where to find that, it's in-game in your settings under the account info tab. You can find it there. Gender, age group. How many days do you log into Epic 7 every day? Yes. Discord, Reddit. Important factor, PvE content, and then probably progression, I guess. Well, you can say it's hero design. So I'm going to fill these out real quick again, and we can jump ahead. So now we've got, please rate your overall satisfaction. I think it's a height. This says only if you selected dissatisfied, but the star means you have to fill it out, so we have to fill this out no matter what. Why am I dissatisfied? More skins would be nice. Let's say more skins. Which recent aspects of in-game events need improvement? We could say more variety in new events, I guess. And then please sync the event reset time to server reset time. I think with that payroll event, since they made it daily, I missed like 3 days or something because of the really weird reset time. It is what it is. What do I want to see? Return. I would like gear crafting. And honestly, I like special side stories. I like more of those, especially the ones with the mini games in them. Any additional thoughts about Epic 7 updates or events? Not really. Favorite hero, excluding co-op heroes. Young. What do I value the most? Definitely cutscenes, and then... I mean, I like them being good. What do I find most satisfying? It's just going to be the art stuff. Unsatisfactory. English voice acting for some is not fantastic. And I also think the lore behind some of these characters is not great either. How do I engage? I have skipped a lot of stuff recently, so I can only say I read, occasionally read parts of it. Overall satisfaction, neutral. I think some parts were really good, and some parts were really bad, so it's somewhere in between. What type of story contents do I like? Moonlight Theater is nice. Side stories. Main story is, I don't know, it's kind of hit or miss. Which Moonlight Theater would I like to explore the most? We can say, oh, this one, definitely Lionheart Briar Witch. And also Days of Piercing Cold seems relatively interesting. What part of story do I find most appealing? I'm definitely much a character relationship kind of person. And we can just click on that. What needs improvement? Hero relationships need more depth. Complex or confusing lore, I guess is technically it. I think in episode 3, to an extent, and the entirety of episode 4, you had like just too many storylines going on at once, and they just kind of concluded weirdly. Too many things going on at once definitely needs to be a lot more streamlined. Do I play Epic 7's PvE content? Of course. Please rate your satisfaction. I think, honestly, I'm pretty satisfied with it. What do I enjoy the most? It's either AI or Hall of Trials. I would say Hall of Trials just because it changes more often. What do I want to see added in the future? Minigames, for sure. And I would say Between collaborative and competitive, I'd say probably competitive, just because sometimes it's a pain finding like people, especially if it's a bunch of people to do content with. I know nobody really likes actually competitive, or not competitive. No one really likes challenging content, but I think it's neat. What system improvements would I like to see? Please, the penguin thing. And unequip. Quick battling for adventure and side story is like whatever. That thing goes by so fast. Skill tooltip readability. That actually might be nice, but and bulk equipment enhancement just sounds like a really fast way to brick your gear. Equipment presets I don't really care about. It's whatever. The current growth and progression system, I think it's like whatever. No scarce on. Technically none of these, but the ones I would want more of are these two. Which growth and progression aspect needs improvement? New equipment sets, I have mixed feelings about this because one of the things I hate the most about Star Rail is that, like, I mean, I don't even play anymore, but it's like every time a new character comes out, you have to start farming your DPS sets from scratch. So really, you're just side grading your gear like every like few months, and you never actually get like really good gear. It's a different kind of stagnation from Epic 7, where you stagnate because you do start getting really good gear, and then it becomes really hard to make your best gear better. But like you're just permanently side grading. So new equipment sets could get annoying because it's like then you have to farm all the gear sets out again. It's like how most people's protection sets are pretty dog. Not like because you necessarily need good protection sets, but also just because people had farmed a lot less of it, especially when it first came out. Higher grade equipment, all of this stuff is like element expansion could be interesting, but like higher grade equipment, hero level expansion, a lot of this stuff is just like going from like I-90 to I-100 gear or something isn't going to make it better. It's just going to like it's just going to make it's going to apply to every single unit the exact same way. We can say element expansion. That sounds mildly interesting depending on how they execute it. Guardians doesn't matter. Who cares about that? Do I participate in PvP? I do Arena, I guess, in Guild War. I think it's... Okay, it's hard for me to say. I'm neutral. Arena, dissatisfied. Guild War, I'm kind of neutral on it. World Arena, I'm also kind of neutral on it. PvP balance, I'm also kind of neutral on it. What arena needs improvement? So team comps relying on specific heroes, don't really care. That is like, that always happens. You always need specific units, it's whatever. Point increase amount, for sure. This is just... Nobody's an Emperor in Legend. Just change the point increase. Change the point requirement thresholds for hitting higher ranks. Just lower it. At this point, it doesn't even matter. I'm part of World Arena. Okay, I don't play RTA. I don't play World Arena. What part of Guild War do you think needs improvement? Let me quick battle Guild War. Do not care if I hint. It'd also be really funny to see the massive increase in green shields after if this ever gets implemented. What do you think is needed most to improve the current PvP meta? Some units kind of do need a stat decrease, but I don't necessarily think it has to be like stats. I don't like how they're saying stats, but I assume this just means nerfs in general. And then I don't really want new growth and progression mechanics. It's whatever. We're just gonna go next. That was the PvP page, I suppose, and they had the PvE page before. And there was the story page before that. And I guess this is about collabs and their general communications. Which collab, hero, and artifact do you find most essential for gameplay? It's, if I'm being objective, it's Albedo and 3F, right? Which IP do you want to see the most? I hate collabs. Really, the answer is Toho, but I hate collabs. Please rate overall satisfaction. I think it is okay, could be worse. Actually, I'm going to put it at neutral. Preferred method of communication. Maru and mails are always great. Livestream, developer notes, in-game nails, update notices. Having a text form is also nice for me. What needs improvements? Notice frequency and clarity probably. GM community interaction I don't really care about. Future update roadmaps. The issue with roadmaps is I feel like every time they do a roadmap, they put it too far out. They'll be like, yeah, in 1 year we'll release this, and that thing has not even fully passed like testing, and they decide to scrap it because it'd be a really bad idea, and the people are expecting it. So I think if they do roadmaps, they need to sort of make it not go as far into the future and only reveal things that are 100% guaranteed to come into the game. Oh, I can write that here. Roadmaps. Look too far into the future. Only include things that are guaranteed to be added. They did not give me a text box for collabs, but really they need to do the thing where you can just get like Aespa is never coming back at this point. It'd be nice to have not Karina, and you can use not Karina to imprint Karina if you have her, and also not Rocket Punch. That does the exact same thing as Rocket Punch and can be used to imprint Rocket Punch, and also cannot be used with whatever. Like, it's just dupes basically. What do I want to see on YouTube? Let us see. Animation PVs probably, also soundtrack. The rest is kind of whatever. Am I interested in PvP tournaments? Sure. Have I watched? Yes. Viewing experience, neutral, physics on my rating. Production is good enough. Guess there's I don't really care about narratives or explain to me, and I want pretty much it's just like I don't want casters like besides G-Clef is the goat, but it's like I want my like color commentators to actually like know what is going on in the game and not just be saying things that are happening on the screen. I also don't want like random narrative shoved down my throat. Like, it's not that serious. It's I want what is happening in the game explained. Like, as somebody who doesn't do much PvP besides Arena and Guild War, I want to know exactly like what is going on when somebody picks this unit, how it works with their units, and how it works against the enemy units. If I haven't watched it, okay, that's skippable. Have I purchased? No. Shipping expensive. Merch that ships from the US. What is my main goal when playing Epic 7? Definitely the collection. And then other is figuring out PvE content. Please share your final thoughts about Epic 7. I don't really know what to put there, so we're going to skip that. I guess this is just a thank you page. Okay, so that is the whole survey. I kind of just put the whole survey being done here. That only took like 12 minutes, not bad. I just put that in here because in case anybody wanted to bother taking a look at the actual survey itself, and also because otherwise this would have been like a 30-second video. But yeah, take the survey. Let Smilegate know your thoughts.